Welcome to Metaphysical Soul Speak. I'm your host, Elena Fox Starks. Hey guys, I hope that you're doing very well today and you're taking advantage of all the vitamin D available to you for free, courtesy of your sun. I had an asthma attack really bad today. Like for hours. I couldn't quite breathe. I couldn't let the air out. I couldn't get the air in. I took my inhaler too much. Started to have heart palpitations. It was pretty bad. So I asked Arcturians for help. I looked up stuff on YouTube. I learned some acupressure points. And I listened to Dr. Berg, who said a lot of times asthma will get better with regular doses of vitamin D. And if that doesn't help, it's related to digestion. So you have to take apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon, in a glass of water 3 times a day, which I did. I also took CBD oil, which is an antispasmodic, and that did help too. Everything helped a little bit. The Arcturians gave me an amazing, 3 or 4 times now they've given me this idea where you put a pillar of colored light to your left and a pillar of colored light to your right, and you know what they stand for and what they represent, and then you push them together and they create a new color in the front of you, and you could either step into it or pull the colored light rod into your body. And they told me what to do in case of mental stress, what to do in case of asthma. So I think I might try to have a show on this in the future. I'm going to ask them more, quiz them a little bit. They're willing to give their healing techniques, their energetic healing techniques to us, and it's using light and color. And the pillars are a symbol of your, not only your spine, but your connection to the earth as well as to your higher self and the creator. So I thought it was interesting. I was really glad to get their information. And I don't know, my son was gone for a couple hours and he came home. I'm like, you know what? I can't even take a shower. I'm afraid. The asthma was so bad. I was afraid that if I breathed in a little bit of mold that might be in the bathroom that, I wouldn't be able to breathe. So he went and got me some prednisone, and I'm back on prednisone. And I don't know if this was from the emotional stress of going to keto 2 weeks in a row. And, I know I have to go again this week. And it's just so much. And it's like all this stress, it was just this big conglomerate of stress. For almost 2 years, for 11 years, I've wanted to live in Ecuador. For 2 years, I knew that I was going to live here and start applying for the visas. And I knew it was going to be costly, time consuming, super, super confusing, stressful, and a lot of mental strain, because I knew I couldn't afford a lawyer. So I did that. And today, thank you, God, even though I was stressing so much and I really shouldn't have stressed, but it worked, not the stress part, but doing all the things I did. I mean, learning more Spanish and getting a translator, like everything that I did, the paperwork, I was missing one document, and they said, bring it in 18 months, like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, oh, wow, they could still say no. But I got a letter from the government today. I got an email, and they said if I don't come between the hours of 9:30 and 11:30 on Friday, they will consider the application dissolved. And then obviously I'll just have to leave, and I can't make a new appointment. So, damn, right? I got to hop on a bus on Thursday and all night long again for 9 hours on a bus, get out of the bus stop and take a taxi and wait an hour for the building to open, and maybe this time actually buy an arepa from the cute Venezuelan man who is just trying to provide for himself and his family. I gave him a hard time last time. I'm like, there's no way in hell 8 in the morning I need an arepa. Even though I love arepas, if it had been noon, I would have said yes. Venezuelan cooking is very good. But this massive, massive weight has been lifted from my shoulders. And after yesterday with like the intense Schumann resonance, like over 110. So I wonder if you guys are not also going through something where whatever it is, it's resolving now on the first day of Mercury retrograde. Or you see the writing on the wall that this Mercury retrograde, for whatever reason, this is the time where we're supposed to get back to old projects and revisit old ideas, rethink some things. This is a time to stay at home and plan and strategize for the most part. I saw an article today about this lady saying that she's an astrologer, and she said this Mercury retrograde in particular is good for 6 signs of the zodiac, probably should travel and relax. Gemini was in that group. I could not believe it. Usually Gemini and Virgo are, we're ruled by the same planet. And so, which is Mercury. So when it's retrograde, it's like, it's time for me to stay at home, hide under the covers, and I'll see y'all in 3 weeks. That's usually how it's been for me. And if I don't, I usually regret, like every new project I start during Mercury retrograde, always just, you know, and I've been meaning to advertise with Instagram, and I'm thinking maybe I should wait 3 weeks. I don't know. Although I've been planning it this whole time, so maybe it's okay. You have to go slow, you know, in communications. So I told you guys my tax issues yesterday, and I prayed about it a lot. And I had a couple people, even a police woman in the Detroit Police Department was even praying for me. And today I found out the true story is that these people sold my house to themselves on paper. So like the man and the woman with the maiden name sold my house to the woman with the new married name of that man. I mean, as criminals go, they're not very bright, thank God. They sold my house for $1 on paper, and they got it registered with the city, but not with the county. According to the county, they said, no, you were never foreclosed on. You do have like a delinquent bill that was only sent to us just a couple weeks ago. You're still okay. You could pay it and everything's going to be fine. We give you guys a lot of time because it's Detroit. You know, in a way, it was for many years a broken city, and it's coming back. So they're giving people the benefit of the doubt, especially people like me who actually pay my taxes. Most people just say, screw you, and they won't pay their taxes, and they'll save up all the money they would have paid in taxes and just go buy a new house in a new neighborhood. Because the housing is so cheap that you can do that there. You know, it's weird, but a lot of people they can't afford it. There's a ton of tax relief groups there. But, yeah, so I found out the truth that there were fraudsters. It's obvious even on paper that they're fraudsters. and probably trying to take out a loan against my house, and no mortgage lender will even touch it. So I talked to the fraud hotline. There's a fraud hotline because this is very common. I didn't even have to call the police back, although I might. And I found out the easy solution is to hire a lawyer. He goes, files the thing in court, gets a court date, shows up. The other people won't show up because they're obviously criminals. And then I get the title put back in my name again. So whatever frickin' weird reason I'm going through that nonsense, maybe one of you has a similar situation and now you know what to do. I mean, both with asthma, that's just like came out of nowhere. Like I've had asthma my whole life, but it usually doesn't get this bad. And I honestly don't know why it is. Like I had just washed all my sheets. I just cleaned all my bedding. I even my top covers, just everything. And, you know, maybe my house is a little messy, but I started cleaning today right after I found out that my visa is approved. All I have to do is go pay it and get my new stamps and my passport. Like, oh my God. It's like this huge load off my mind. I started realizing I put everything in my life on hold. I stopped going to my theater group here because I don't want to get overly attached to people and have them overly attached to me. And then if I got deported, it would just be too sad. And I didn't want to do that for them or to me. And I just put off meeting people, going out with friends. I've been just kind of pushing people away. Like, I don't know. I live here today. I don't know if I'll live here next month. And it's possible they could kick me out of the country forever. So, I mean, it's just too painful. And I didn't realize I was holding on to that for like 2 years. Like, you know, I've been here in this country 19 months now. And actually longer. So 13 plus 8, what's that? 21 months. Oh my God, I've been here 21 months. 21 months, almost 2 years I've been here already. It'll be 2 years on November 20th, the anniversary of the day my husband died. It's all significant. I don't know how exactly. But I got the message that my thing was approved at 4:44 in the afternoon. I finished the call about my house and finished paying all of my bills. I paid my back taxes. I paid my current taxes. Everything's up to date. It's my house. And I finished all that at 3:33. I realized that my visa number that I'm going to have for 2 years is 3133. So if you reverse that, that's 33 and 13. And I called my bank to change my address because I moved to a new apartment and found out that my zip code is 010113. I mean, it's like every time I turn around, there's these numbers again and again and again for like 3 or 4, maybe 5 days now. But, and I'm saying this right at 13, I look at the phone. I don't know. What numbers are you guys getting? 33 again is that the Masters of Light are here to tell you to relax and let go, and things are going to be okay because they're here, they're guiding you, and they're sending you love and support. And 44 is that the angels are here, they're guiding you and loving you, and they're surrounding you and protecting you. And they're sending you the light of the universe, you know, light of God towards you. So, you know, it's good. It's good. I don't know. It's just weird. As soon as I found out I was staying, it was like I just went into super cleaning mode and I just started cleaning so many things. Like, well, now that I know I could stay, I want my place nicer. I mean, I don't know. This kind of a stress is like so like that was like one of my biggest pressures. Now my next biggest pressure is I have 16 months to make a living for myself, because when I run out of money and I have no further proof that I have money to stay here in this country, so I've got to get a different kind of visa in 2 years, and they don't know that. So I'm like, But now that all this other stuff worked out, and this was like the hardest part, getting the temporary visa is like, the temporary residency is so hard. It's so much work. But the permanent residency, you just have to get fingerprints from this country only. And then I have to get like a statement that I've been renting an apartment and I've been making my payments on time. And then I'm a good renter, basically. And my landlord is really cool. So I'm good. Oh, God. So much relief. But my son came home. He's like, I want pancakes. I've been making pancakes for a couple hours, and we've been watching. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Atypical on Netflix, but we started watching that. My son wants to get a degree in psychology. And I'm like, I really love this show because it's not only about someone that is on the spectrum and is autistic, but also about how it affects the whole family and everyone around them, and how it just kind of changes everybody's life. And it's not always bad, but it's like stressful too. And we knew somebody who had autism, and we saw it firsthand too. So it was kind of, it's just kind of, it's nice to see it and have a different perspective of it, and it helps us to appreciate our friend and also his parents, and all they've done for him, more and more, and how it's like so hard. Like, I'm grateful that it also serves to make me feel grateful that I have my kids that I have. And I pray for the people that do have kids that are on the spectrum. It's really tough. It's really tough. Tries your patience. If you choose that and you come here, sometimes people that have those kind of mental disabilities are actually highly advanced spiritual masters, and they choose something like that to help the people around them learn. And they emit a positive vibration, and all they need to do is be. They don't have to do anything special to raise the vibration of the world and put people through to the other side, basically, for ascension. Like, I've met a lot of people that they have the most incredible energy, and they're like mentally, they can't even put one sentence together, but their energy is so incredible. And it's kind of, if you think about it like that maybe this is a highly advanced spiritual master. They're here to teach me a lesson, or they're here to give me energy and raise my vibration or help the world. It kind of gives you a different perspective. So we started binge watching that. I'm like, oh man, it's probably approaching midnight. I should probably do my show. I come in here, it's 2:37. There it is again, 3 and 7. I'm like, oh man, you guys. So, and I just looked down, it says 17:33 right this second. Here we go. The Ascension Symptom Scale today we're at 97, so we've come down by 2. That's a little bit of a relief, especially on the first day of Mercury retrograde. It's like I feel like we're being bombarded by so much in the universe, and every now and again we'll get like, all right, you guys get 10 hours. Maybe for the next, 15 hours you're going to be okay. After that, we're going to slam you with more energy, but right now we're good. I've been very productive today in spite of the asthma, actually. And one of the first things I thought right when I got that letter was, oh, I can breathe again. How ironic. It's so ironic. But I got I had run out of one of my inhalers, and I'd forgotten to get it, and all the stress with going to the Capitol, and that's what happened. Usually I'm on top of it 100%, and this time was just like, no. It takes like so much of your mind, so much of your mental space. And my higher guidance reminded me and told me to remind all of you that you need to, whenever and wherever you are listening to this recording, take a deep breath and just imagine your aura is cleansed, and blow all the stress away. And do the same thing in the core of your being and throughout all of your cells. The same thing, just take a deep breath and let it all drain out of your feet. And then you imagine your mental body in front of you with all the thoughts that are just jibber jabbering around and making you feel all wonky and crazy. Just blow all that out through the feet. And then you imagine your emotional body, all the fears and strains and upsets and memories from the past that just, they're not serving you except to make you a little upset. Just take a deep breath and blow that out too. Blow all of it out the bottom of your feet, through the holes in your feet. And then you take another deep breath and you fill up your body, your aura, your mental body, and your emotional body with lights all at once. With pure white light, maybe with gold flakes in it, if you want to be fancy about it. I like doing that sometimes. All right, guys. I am going to get to that tarot reading today, and tomorrow's Tarot Tuesday. I hope you don't mind 2 days of tarot in a row. It's a twofer this week. Schumann resonance today, they only had one report in the evening. Today, the amplitude values have stabilized at an average of 20 hertz for about 7 hours, from 5 to 12 UTC. During this time, there have been various peaks at 23 hertz. Yay, 23. That's the best prime number. All right. 23, that's very sacred. That's the number of half of the chromosomes that you have in your body. And the, it was in the, why am I not thinking of it? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. 23 is the most used number throughout all of the universe for various things. Once you hear that, you're going to see that number everywhere you go. Like, I even started noticing, just even watching exciting TV shows where there's always a fire truck or an ambulance, there's always a 23 on it. If there's like a random license plate, it's random except there's always a 23 on it. It's very weird. All right, guys, we are on lesson 30. Can you imagine that we've already been doing A Course in Miracles? I've been reading 1 or 2 sentences every day for 30 days already. I mean, to be honest, it still just feels like just under 2 weeks. My life has been such an insane, like, whirlwind the past month that I didn't... It's weird. I don't know. Is time speeding up for you guys? I think maybe that's what it is. It's just, and then plus I'm living outside of time. This is another thing. I've noticed that I've been living outside of time. I noticed that I wanted a few weeks ago to order food from a specific restaurant for my son and I. It's the only place in town that has a T-bone steak that delivers. And I hadn't been able to go over to the butcher shop lately. So, you know, my growing kid, he's always needing good food, high quality protein. So I went to order from them and I saw the picture and I remember eating it. I remember eating the salad and it was really good. It was a salad dressing I never had. They made it themselves. It's very good. The French fries were spectacular and the T-bone steak was amazing. And I said, well, remember we ate here like a week ago, so we should get this again. And my son says, Mom, we've never ordered from that restaurant ever. I'm like, yeah, I remember. And then I started realizing, wait a minute, I think I'm remembering the future. I have become unstuck in time. Oh my God. Just to quote Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut for a minute. It's an excellent movie if you ever want to go see an old classic sci-fi. I freaking love that movie so much. Slaughterhouse-Five, it sounds like a horror movie or a slasher film. It's not. Slaughterhouse-Five is the place where he was when he was captured by the German troops. They kept him in an old slaughterhouse, which there's like nothing in it. It was just like an empty warehouse. And they called it Schlachthaus 5. I don't know much German, but that was like so scary to hear the German soldier in that movie say that. I'm like, oh, it's so creepy. But it's a really good movie. It's a hilarious movie in some parts. And it's just, some of it's typical of human nature. And then there's these parts where he, like, part of the movie, he's in his room typing to the editor of the newspaper going, help, I'm unstuck in time and I don't know what to do. And he's trying to ask for advice. And then the next thing he knows, he's on another planet with another woman, not his wife. And he doesn't know if that's the future, if it's a past life, if it's a future life. He has no idea. And then all of a sudden he's back with his wife again. And they're like in their 40s. And then all of a sudden he's back with his wife and they're just getting married. So it's like, he's like unstuck in time. And I don't know, this past few days, I'm like, how come I'm remembering stuff that didn't happen yet? But I remember it absolutely as if it happened yesterday, but it hasn't happened yet. I remembered, I was texting to a friend of mine today, and I got really super bored because I've had this exact same conversation with him before. And then I realized that I didn't. I just am remembering the future. Have you guys been unstuck in time lately? That might be a new ascension symptom happening. Especially with this Mercury retrograde, it might be something. And then all the energy that poured on us, like the Schumann resonance, 110. Oh my God, yesterday. This stuff is crazy, man. So, another weird thing, ascension symptom-wise, that's been happening is sometimes when I watch a show or like a movie or a TV show, like yesterday, for example, I was watching Jane the Virgin. Yay, the new season's out. I'm so excited. So I love that show. So you guys could tell, like, I'm alone a lot. And I don't have friends because all I'm doing is watching TV all the time, movies and TV. But I mean, I'm a writer, but still, it's like I probably should interact with humans more. But I was watching the show, and there's a particular part, the way the sunlight hit the bushes and the grass and the sidewalk in this park where they were walking, and the camera was at a specific angle. And all of a sudden I remembered being that cameraman shooting that scene. And then I remembered the actors having kind of a funny and witty banter before the director yelled, quiet on the set, roll 'em. And I remembered what the sun felt like and how it was kind of cold that day. Even though on camera it looks like a hot day, it was actually kind of a chilly day. And they were like drinking coffee, and then it's me, I'm drinking the coffee. And obviously I wasn't there, duh, I was in Ecuador. I was like, how am I remembering something that somebody else did? And I remembered that we are all one. The more that the 3D world washes away, the more we realize we are all one. I mean, it's not just enough anymore to see it from someone else's perspective or try to have love and compassion for somebody as if you're them. You now have to realize you are them. If someone did something wrong to you, that's you doing something wrong to you. I mean, you got to know it on a deep visceral level, not just in your mind. Like, oh, yeah, intellectually, I know that. It's time to put away your intellectual ideas, and it's time to drop down into your heart, but your higher heart chakra, like, your heart chakra, but the highest part of it, the top part of it, it's like, it's in the 3D world, and it's time to expand the love into your field, because it's just, stuff is going to start to get really freaking wild, more than it was before. I'd have that feeling where I knew what someone was going through, and then I've had the feeling where I'm inside their body and I know their whole life, and I've seen their whole life story. Now I'm like remembering, like I'll look at a picture and I'll remember everyone that was there, or I'll remember being in all these different perspectives. Like I saw a piece of real estate that just came on the market, and it's absolutely gorgeous land. It's got a couple houses on it, and it's like, I don't know, like 100,000, maybe even under. And it's in Vilcabamba, which is known for like the rivers that are pristine. You could just take a cup, drink directly from the river and never get sick. In fact, it will make you healthy and keep you young. It's like a place that's probably always been in the fifth dimension. Anyway, I was looking at these pictures and I was like, oh yeah, I love that place. I remember being there. It's really beautiful. Then I realized I've never been there ever. I've never even been there in the bus. I've never even driven next to it. It's in the opposite direction of Quito. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, I keep having these weird memories that I'm the photographer and I'm the people that bought the land. And I remember when we first bought the land and how excited we were. And it's like, this is like empathy, yes, but beyond being an empath, way beyond. You guys are probably already having this happen to you as well. And you're probably shaking it off going, I probably need another cup of coffee, or maybe it's time to go to bed now. But if I'm bringing it up, there's a reason. Some of you are already going through this. Some of you haven't gone through it yet and you're about to. I had one moment like this a long, long time ago, and it was a little bit of moment of oneness. I was stuck in traffic on my way to a sophisticated investors conference. And I don't know how the hell I got on this list, but I'm like, oh yeah, you bet your sweet beefy, I'm going to go. I am going to go. I'm going to pull it off, but I'm like broke AF, but I mean, I was just making like, I don't know, 30,000 a year or something as in my own business though. So that was cool. But, I got there and it's like one of those conferences that you're not even invited to unless you have $250,000 minimal. Just, spare change you picked up from your neighbor's couch, just laying around. And I met every miner in North America and many miners from Australia and Africa. And it was incredible. I was like, I met these people that literally they're like, yeah, I'm not used to wearing a suit. Look at all the pictures of me. Look how dirty I am. I hadn't showered in 3 days in this picture, but look at all the gold we found. Look at all the silver we found. These are people that are like super in touch, literally in touch with the earth. And gold is a super high vibration. So I met like doctors and psychologists and businessmen. There was one guy on Wall Street said that 15 years ago, he checked his bank balance and it was like at $3.5 million. And that was because he wasn't going fast enough in his life. And then he sped it up. And he says, to be honest with you, my accountants handle everything. I have no idea how much money I have right now. But I know I'm making at least that a month. And I'm like, damn, man. He took me out for ice cream and it was a $25 each gourmet ice cream at a hoity-toity restaurant. It was so crazy, but he was from Africa and he was living in New York, and he was like, he's like, I need someone like you with your smarts. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I made a connection. And then after he left, he never even wrote me back. It was weird. I'm like, fine, I don't care. Maybe I didn't sleep with him. I didn't sleep with him. Maybe that was the thing. I mean, I'm married at that time. I was married. There's no way in hell I was going to actually, I think we were broken up, but I still was, honoring, I was still living in the same house with him. So, but, I was on the way to this conference. Okay. And this is, sorry about that. Got off on tangent. So I was on my way to a conference, and as I'm in traffic, and I was getting a little bit angry and upset a little bit. And I thought, well, I need to change my energy. I'm going to turn on some music. Going to go pretend I'm rich. Don't have a care in the world. All the rich people I know are very calm, very peaceful, especially the self-made people. People that have a spoon in their mouth, they're restless because they don't know how the other half lives, but they don't want to. People who've made it, they know both halves of the story, and they know they're in the better end of it. Yeah. At least that's my take on this. So I was sitting there in traffic, and I'm like, I'm going to meditate. Screw it. Like, traffic's not going anywhere. So I started to meditate, and I opened my eyes, and all of a sudden I was everybody there. We were in traffic. I was in traffic, but I, as like a group of thousands of people, I was in traffic. And then I started realizing how much I love and appreciate every single person on that highway that evening. How much they're so precious. They're so intensely wonderful and beautiful and sweet. And they might have some bad things, they might have some good things, but none of that matters because they were loved so much by God that He created them. And not one person on that highway got to go faster than the others because God loved them more. Like we were all in the same exact position. We're all stuck. We're all in traffic. We're all in the cars. It's late. We want to go home or wherever we're going, But I had this moment of clarity. I saw through everybody's eyes. I felt through everybody's hearts, and then I went up into my God space, my God self, and I realized how much I loved every single person. And then I started feeling God, being so grateful that He got the opportunity to create all these people and live life through them. It was like a pretty incredible moment, and that was like one of the only moments, drug-free moments that I had like that. And now, again, drug-free. Oh, wait, maybe not. I smoked a little weed yesterday. But for the most part, drug-free. This has been happening a lot where I'll see a picture and I remember being the person who took it. And I'm almost to the point where I could remember being God creating that land, but not quite. It's like on the tip of my, I don't know. I won't say my brain, but it's like somehow on the edge of my spirit that if I could just expand my consciousness enough and raise my vibration high enough, then I might start to remember how God created different regions and areas of Earth. It's freaking trippy, right? It's really wild. And then once in a while I come back to Earth and I go, oh man. Yeah, I gotta pay bills and stuff. Oh man, I gotta sweep the floor. What the hell? Why can't, we just allow our minds to roam free like that? All right, Course in Miracles, Lesson 30. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. I'm going to read it again, then take a quick break and come back with our tarot reading, guys. Okay? Lesson 30. acim.org, A Course in Miracles, or you could get the app. There's like a whole bunch of apps. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. All right, I'll be right back. Go make some popcorn, grab some lemonade. I don't know. Be right back. If you're listening to this, you obviously like podcasts, and you probably like music too. Long walks on the beach, romantic dancing under the stars, and oh wait, we're not doing that right now. On Spotify, you can listen to all of that in one place for free, and you don't even need a premium account, which is cool. Free is always good. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcasts so you never miss an episode. Download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, including your long romantic walks on the beach. Also, one thing I love about Spotify is that you can easily share what you're listening to with your friends via Spotify's integrations with the social platforms like Instagram. So that makes it really, really versatile. Just search for Metaphysical Soul Speak on the Spotify app or browse podcasts in the Your Library tab. And follow me, of course, don't forget, so that you'll never again miss an episode of Metaphysical Soul Speak. Spotify is the world's leading music streaming service, and now it can be your go-to for podcasts too. Thank you guys so much for supporting Metaphysical Soul Speak on Spotify. All right, guys, I hope you can hear me all right. I had to put the phone down so that I could finish my card shuffling. I have to hit the energy out just in case. I've already done that 3 times, but I always want to make sure. Okay. I've already done that about 7 times, possibly 9. Shuffle them a lot. 33. Boom. Looked right there. 33 seconds right there. Oh, goodness. Okay. So this is a tarot reading for the collective on the first day of Mercury retrograde. We want to, I'm telling my spirit guides, like to be connected to Prime Creator, who knows everyone's spirit guides, obviously, because you created them. I would like to ask this question of the Prime Creators, all of these questions. I have 7 questions. And this is about the Mercury retrograde period for the next 3 weeks that we're all going to go through collectively. So, during Mercury retrograde, we're going to start off with twin flames. Will twin flames get together during this Mercury retrograde period? Will any of them do? We're going to try to see what the answer is for this. Oh, cards are starting to get hoppy. They hop out of the deck so fast. They're so active. I love that. All right, God, please have one that. There we go. Oh, God, that's just such a great freaking card to have. We got the Tower, guys. And in my Andina deck, this is even more crazy than usual. So, God, should we have more than one card for this? Okay, good. Is this the current present situation? This is the past? Good to know. All right. Are we going to do past, present, future? Yes, we are. I'm doing muscle testing as well, guys. So, all right. The past card is the Tower. All right, God, what is the present card for the question? Will twin flames get together during this period of Mercury retrograde? What is it like for us twin flames that they're not yet with our other? What are we doing now? Why aren't coming together, or will we? And in what way will we? What is it going to be like for us? Oh, are these both cards for the reading? Okay, all right. I'm not going to even look at them. 2 came out at once, so I always question that if it's usually 1. 2 came out at once. Again, are one of these cards the present one for us? Is it the top card here? Justice? Oh my God. All right. Now, is this one of the cards? No. All right, so we got the Reina, or Justicia, Justice card. But it's a Queen of Swords. All right, wait. Is this the third card here, God? Oh, great. 3 of Pentacles, Trabajo, work. Trabajo. La Torre, Reina Justicia, Trabajo. So, all right. The Reina Justicia is a Queen of Swords. And the Trabajo card is the 3 of Pentacles. All right. We're already starting to get some information on this reading here. So the Tower card, God, please help me. I put the other cards down so I don't catch those energies. Okay. I touch the card with my left hand because that's my receiving hand. And I ask for my higher guidance to give me insights on this card. The past for twin flames prior to Mercury retrograde. So in the past week, the Tower. A lot of things are falling apart so that new things can fall together. A lot of cleanup. It's like the cleanup crew after a tower breaks and falls to the ground. I'm hearing the words dead bodies in their wake, like, all right, so past situations, past people, past relationships, clearing out all the stuff from the past emotionally, not like literally, so don't be offended by that. It's just that image I'm getting. We've been struck by this massive light from the sky, and now we're clearing out all of our old junk as twin flames. Is this for twin flames that are together as well? Yes, it is. Is this for people who are not incarnate with twin flames? Yes, it is. So as far as, is this for people with soulmates, with them or not with them? Yes, it is. So it's for everyone relationship-wise. For twin flames specifically, but for everyone as well. The Tower card for the past week, for the collective whole, we've just been... It's kind of like, if you don't take care of your stuff, someone's going to take care of it for you. Energy. Like if you don't pay your car payment, they're going to take care of it for you. They're going to grab your car and haul it off to sell again to somebody else who will pay for the payments. That kind of idea. But also, so in the material world, that would be the idea. But also, if somebody didn't take care of you in a relationship in the way that they should have been loving and caring and kind. I don't mean supporting you in your every need, but I mean like supporting you in a way that is emotional, and they connect with you and they take time to be with you. If they weren't doing all the things that they needed to do to bring harmony and happiness to your relationship and to your household, they're being washed away right now so that new people could come into your life that will do those things. It's kind of a deserving quotient. It's what the higher self is telling me right now. There's a deserving quotient, and in this deserving quotient, it's like you are deserving more than you believe and imagine. And all those that are not worthy of you are falling to the wayside, and they're going to be connecting with people that are at the same level as they are as far as learning about relationships and being awake or being asleep. All right, we're done with that card. Shake that one off. Woo! Queen of Swords. Present moment, and it also says down here, Justice and Queen. Koya Kapak. Huarmin. That's the Inca word. Alright, so, okay, Queen of Justice. Queen of Swords, tell me. Justice has been quick indeed. The justice is coming. Right now, you are going to be reaping what you have sown. Right now, all that does not serve you shall be cut away. All that have not deserved you shall be cut away. All that all that preserved you shall be cut. Everything that did not preserve you will be cut away, but that did preserve you shall be staying with you. All that reserves you and preserves you shall be with you right now at this time. So what else, Queen of Swords? Even though things are being cut away, it's going to be done gently. She is a queen after all. Queens are, if they're good, they rule with dignity and grace, and this is no different. This sword of justice that's in her hands is going to be cutting all the things in your life that don't work for you, and that's what the Twin Flame Collective is going through. The collective whole, as well as the Twin Flame community. That's what they're going through. The parts of your heart that are hurting shall be cut out. So there's going to be like a hole in your heart. You're expected to fill it before anyone can stand next to it. And you have to take care of it and heal your wounds so that infection doesn't set in. And by that, mental infection. Keep your ideas fresh and clean and crystal clear as you would keep a sword clean and clear. Be ready. She says be ready because the future is here, and that's a pun on time. All right, now the next card says Trabajo and 3 of Pentacles. So, all right, shake off that other card. What does this one have to say? 3 of Pentacles. You, your twin flame, or you, your soulmate, and the one true God will be forming a triad in the very near future. Now, okay, God, is this at the end of Mercury retrograde? Yes. Energetic for some, physical for others, emotional for all. You're going to be drawing nigh to each other, whether you're in the same room or you are not. Is that it? Okay, so that's good. That's not too bad, right? So that means we're gonna move on. We're gonna put the cards back in the deck. I recorded them for all prosperity. All right, we're gonna take some of that energy out. All right. Okay, God, my second question is, for all of the collective, I wrote relationships hold, and what? Oh, yes. Okay, now I know it. I remember. Okay, God, for all of their collective, what will the relationships be like for, and I mean family, friends, neighbors, like not just romantic or twin flame or soulmate. I mean all relationships, like all of them, like with our friends, our family, our kids, our moms, our dads, like, you know, everyone. Bosses, co-workers, neighbors, people we meet at the street, people we meet in the grocery store, whatever. I want to know, what is our relationships to, with, and among other people going to be like during this Mercury retrograde period? Do we need to stay in bed and cover our heads? Do we need to... Can you please give us a clue, Prime Creator? All right. Aww. Is this the card? Okay, should I take any more cards for this question? No. Only one Oh, I wish I could show this to you guys. I should do a video of this. Okay. All right. The Lover's card. Los Enamorados. The Lover's card. What? Okay, so God, you're going to have to explain this to me. As I just said, love your neighbor as yourself. Did I say that? I didn't mean it like that. No affairs, guys. This isn't... It's not fair to have an affair. That's why the word fair is right in there. It's a fair, meaning against fair. It's against justice. I just got that right now. That's so cool. All right. All right, God, tell me what this Lover's card means as far as relationships. At this time, you should be focusing on your romantic relationships. During the whole period of retrograde, yes, as such, you should be focusing on all of the romantic relationships that you either have or that you want, if you currently do not have somebody in your life. Focus on loving each other. Don't tell yourself that maybe your twin flame is still coming and it's time to break up with this person. That's something that may be a temptation at this time. Do not do that. The old song says, love the one you're with. You should stay with the one you're with and love them. Everything has its own divine purpose and its own divine timing. When the olive first sprouts its first little bud on the tree, it's not time to harvest. That will not make any oil, and it will be very, very bitter. But if you wait in time, the blossom falls off the tree, the olive is grown to full ripeness, then it is time. You may process the olive at that time. You pick the olives off the tree, and sometimes you can them and preserve them and eat the flesh, the fruit, and sometimes you press it and make oil. So everything has a time and a place and an appropriateness, and it is not appropriate to break up current relationships for the promise of a future that may or may not come. Everything in this world and everything in this life is fluid, absolutely fluid. Even though we kind of know where things are going, and from this moment in time, we see what the next moment in time is going to be. But you are all co-creators, so even if we could see the future from this point forward, we could see 3 months from now, it doesn't mean it's going to be happening, because everybody in your world is a co-creator, and everybody is working on their own mental and emotional projects and physical projects. And everything interferes with everything else, and everything harmonizes with everything else. It is set in almost stone. It can still change, but for most of you, 90 to 95% of you that are twin flames waiting, they're coming, but they can't come into your life too soon. Patience is a virtue. Is that the end? Should I pick any other cards for this? Wow, that was really deep, guys. I started to go into a pretty gnarly trance. I opened my eyes and I was like, whoa. I'm seeing bright blue, like almost a baby blue light in front of me right now. Oh, it's fun. All right. All right, God, I would now like to ask about the spirituality of the collective during Mercury retrograde time. What is it that we should be focused on spiritually during the Mercury retrograde time for the next, 3 weeks? Are you serious right now? I just want to throw this across the room. We got the Tower card again. Are you freaking kidding me? God, is this the present card? Oh my God, it's a present card. It's a present card. Okay, God, spiritually, am I really connected to the Prime Creator? On the scale of integrity, I'd like to know the truth of the following statement. I have my arm outstretched. I'm going to test this with muscle testing. Make my mind a blank. Zen mode, baby. Okay. God, I'm going to ask you a question. Is the Tower card the card we need for the question, how and what will the collective be focusing on, spiritually speaking, during the next 3 weeks? Is that the Tower card? On the scale of integrity, that statement is about 400. Oh my God, guys, it is. It is. I can't believe it. All right. Boom. Lay it on me. Lay it on me, Dad. Let me know. Okay, God, tell me. Spiritually speaking, what is the collective supposed to be focusing on? I got the Tower card. Please tell me what this means. Things are going to be falling away. It's not a reason for excitement and commotion. Because even though the Tower card has an excitement and commotion to it, the energy of it, all parties, all celebrations, all parades, even Disneyland is filled with excitement and commotion too. Fireworks are excitement and commotion. So don't panic. Try to keep a peace and a moment of Zen at your very disposal at every single second of your life, in case you need it. Be workers of the light with sweetness and love and joy, and honey on your tongue so that you only speak sweet. But be warriors of the light and strong and brave, for there might be some exciting changes coming your way. All of it is indeed a good thing. Do not panic. Do not fret. It's not going to be as bad as what you have in your minds right now. Some of you are not thinking clearly from a 5D perspective. It's time to take a deep breath and channel that out right now. You can be your own tower in your own world. It's time to throw away clothes that no longer serve you. It's time to give to charity books that you have already read and you do not need to hang on to. It is time to bust your own tower in the form of the shell that is around you. Let people see your gooey center. Go volunteer in a soup kitchen. Go talk to homeless people. Buy them a meal. Hand somebody a random... He's showing me like a can of Coca-Cola. Oh, I get it. Because the campaign for Coca-Cola was have a Coke and a smile. God, I think that's because there's cocaine in Coca-Cola. He says, see, you got it. You got it. You got the mirth. You got the joke. You got the funny. Everything can be wild and crazy and chaotic around you, but you need to hold on during the Mercury retrograde period to the funny parts of life. See how this is cosmic. In the Tower card, it is a lightning coming down from the cosmos, striking the tower. It's okay. Things are going to be shook up during this time. The cages are going to be rattled a little bit, but if you don't rattle your cage, how are you going to get the dust off? The mental clarity is going to start to come. There's going to be a little bit of shake-up. So God already had like 2 or 3 in the past 24 hours. He says, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to turn out okay. But at the end of this Mercury retrograde period, nothing is going to be the same. That's a good thing. He says we're ready to move on to the next one. Great. Okay, the Tower. I'm writing this down. So the Tower, so that's done. Can I keep this out of the deck? He says no. Okay. All right. All right. The next question is about work and career. This is if you have somewhere where you have to be every day, you know, like a job you have to go to, or a career that where you work for somebody else. So for all of those people, all of you who have to go to work every day still, and you have to make a living, and you have a career, or it's just a menial job, either way, doesn't matter, because, you know, everything's kind of an illusion anyway. So that's what I want to ask about, God, as far as a collective whole, the awakening ones, the awakened and the awakening ones, the 144,000 and all the various waves of 144,000 people. I'd like to know, what will Mercury retrograde be like for the people that have to go to a job, they have work, and they have a career where they work for somebody else? For all of those people right now, I would like to ask, what is the card or cards for that? Okay, he says, first of all, it's one card for this one is the answer. All right. All right, God, please have Archangel Uriel. Get that one out. Thank you. I felt that. Ooh, I love you, Uriel. Beautiful energy. All right, we got Paje Oportunidad, the Page of Opportunity. And this is the Page of Pentacles. Oh, this is really nice. This is a really good card for this question. Okay, business. For a working career, we have the Page of Pentacles. God, can you elaborate for us, please? The Page of Pentacles is just that. You might be getting a raise. If you lose your job at this time, that's because a new job is coming with more money. This is a message of money. Maybe there is an opening in your company where you're going to move up. If you've been thinking about applying for a new position, even if it's not in the company you're in now, go for it. Just do it, like Nike says. Well, God, you're really on the brand and business advertising thing today. He says, yes, I'm on a roll. He says he likes to take various themes throughout humanity, and he'll roll with it for a day or two, then he'll change it up. He says he loves and appreciates everything that everybody does, and so it's all wonderful and delightful for him. That's a really nice perspective, actually. Thank you, God. So, Page of Pentacles. He says for some of you, you're going to have to do like a little bit of a song and a dance and a little bit of a jazzing yourself up. Maybe wear nicer clothes out of the wardrobe. Some of you, he's saying, have a suit or like a business suit or a nice outfit in the back of the closet. Maybe it's a dress, for the ladies. Oh, I don't know what you people do. Maybe for the men too. I don't know. But he says if you are in your work, in your career, and you've been rotating through the same 3 or 4 or 5 suits, it's time to get the expensive, fancy ones from the back of the closet. Shake things up. Walk with confidence and grace and style, and you're going to be blown away what the possibilities come up during this next 3 weeks. He's telling me that somebody is applying for the police academy. You're going to get in. Stop worrying. I don't know who you are. He says the kind of justice that will be needed in the fifth dimensional world is the justice of peace. Not justice of the peace, but the justice of peace. You are a light worker listening to this, applying for the police academy. You want to change it from within. He says, go for it. I honestly don't know who this is for. I'm thinking you're maybe in Chicago, possibly Detroit, one of the cities where there have been in the past some problems. And you just want to bring that calm and light and peace, and you want to roll in your ride all day, and everywhere you go, bring love and light and joy and peace, and pray for everyone you see. And don't think that this goes against who you are or your nature or your light worker ways, because this is exactly where you need to be. When you have a calling in your heart, no matter what it's for, whether it's to be a janitor or a ballerina, that's a desire I, as the Lord, gave to you and put in your heart for a reason. Roll with it. Roll with it and go with it. You're going to literally go with God in this one. And I always have your back. All right, guys. God is speaking right through me for that one. Anything else you want to add to this one, God? No, he says, let's continue. All right. I think that you could extrapolate if you're not applying for the police academy, whatever it is that you're doing, whether you are in advertisement, no matter what you're in. Don't feel guilty about being advertisement based on what God just said. Everything is a delight to the one will, prime creator. So, all right, God, the next question is for the collective whole that have their own business, or they want to start a business, or they're entrepreneurs and they're working hard every day doing their own thing for themselves and not working for another person, or also for people with a side hustle that they're trying to get going so eventually they can quit their job. So for people that are in the entrepreneurial spirit and energy of things right now, I would like for you to tell us what Mercury retrograde period holds for those of us that are in this side hustle or the business or entrepreneurial side. All right. All right, I'd like this card to be taken. Maybe Archangel Uriel, you know which one. You're a direct messenger of God, so please pull out the card for God. Oh my God! Like 20 cards just flew out. Are you kidding me right now? Uriel, you're being very sloppy. I'm just kidding. It might have just been me, honestly. But, all right. It's the energy of the cards, he's saying. All right. Take one card, please. We want to tell everybody about the business and entrepreneurial spirit people. What is going to happen for us during the Mercury retrograde period? What should we focus on during this time, God? All right, please. There we go. Is that the card? Oh, my goodness. What the heck? Oh, it's in German. Oh, it is the High Priestess. The High Priestess, that is... All right. I don't know. She is a virgin. We already went over what she means. So last Tarot Tuesday. All right, guys. All right, God, please tell me what this means. High Priestess is for people who are entrepreneurs, have a side hustle that they want to turn into a bigger part of their lives, as well as a business. High Priestess, what does this mean? Purify your energy field every single day before you start your work, especially if you work in a home. It's hard to separate work and business. The nature of whatever it is that you do still has a slightly different vibration and energy than what you do when you're normally at home. So you have to learn to separate the two things. That's how you get it done. Oh my God, you did not just say that. That's how you get it done, and that's how you get her done. God just said this to me. God, you are in a hilarious mood today. He says, this is how I talk to all my heyokas. Thank you. We like the entertainment, God. Love you. He says, I love you too. In fact, I love you all. If you clear your energy field every day, you're as if you are a virgin, just like the High Priestess. You have to be almost a virgin to your world and approach your work, your career, or business, your entrepreneurial spirit. You have to approach it every day as if it's been untouched, and you come to it with all brand new ideas. This is how the ideas are going to flow. And if you already have the business mapped out, this is how the ideas for the advertisement, word of mouth, all the various things, social media, all the ways you're going to approach gaining money and customers for your business. If you approach it as a virgin without any knowledge, every day, wipe the slate clean. Take notes, but wipe the slate clean, come at it fresh every day with a fresh perspective. The energies of the fifth dimension are going to be awash through you during this Mercury retrograde period and beyond. This is a time of great reckoning for some, of great responsibility for others. He says, but there's like a crack in the egg. The shell is opening up and the light is pouring through. And you are, as a newborn chick, I don't mean that as a sexist joke, he says. Oh my God, you're on a roll today. He says, I know how some of you are sensitive to words that are just letters rearranged in different patterns. Oh my God, that's so funny. Stop taking offense at things is what he's basically saying. Oh, I look down and we're at 33. Great. All right. The High Priestess has a scroll and it's written down every thought, memory, idea. Do the same thing for your business. Write down every single thing every single day. When you approach your desk the next day, take out a blank page. Start fresh. Start new. Start again. Give yourself 1 to 2 hours every morning and then follow through on all of your ideas. Take your top 5 ideas and roll with those every single day. Cross them off the list so you feel like you've accomplished something. But it's going to be a lot easier to manifest everything you want right now. The other end of the Mercury retrograde period, he says kind of well into August, around, I'm getting the 20th, 21st of August. There's going to be a bright, bright light shining on us then. There's not going to be any stopping us. We're going to be doing really well. Is that the end? Should I get another one? No, okay. On to the next card. So this is like one card for each question, but the except for the relationship one. Everyone wants the relationship ones. Wow, is this the... Wow. It just flew out before I even asked the question. God, is this the answer to the next question before I even asked? I mean, you know what I was going to ask because you are me, I am you. I wrote the question yesterday. You've already had time to read it. You already know what I wrote because you're me. All right, guys, I better catch you all up to speed. So yeah, the next question is, is this a good time to invest now? If we have already done our homework, is this a good time to invest? And the card that I got is the Two of Pentacles. All right, guys, I had to take a quick break and splash water on my face. I just got this massive heat wave. Oh my God. It's like France up in here. Of course, when I get cold, I'm going to say it's like Germany up in here. What? It all seems like a big, grand cosmic joke. Speaking of cosmic jokes really quick, I want to tell you guys something funny. There was an article I read today about how since the last ice age, for hundreds of years, all this stuff had been just stuck. And now it's thawing out as the glaciers are melting and retreating. So we have a whole brand new set of bacteria and viruses from several hundred years ago to contend with. Oh, we're screwed. Just when we think everything's great, oh man. It might not be as bad as all that, but what a weird thought that was, right? I read that today. I'm like, what? What? This is crazy. And by the way, it's 37 minutes. I look down. Here we go. Cambio, change. Two of Pentacles. Pentacles means money. Two. I'm getting pairs. This is a beautiful card. It's like a double Ouroboros working together. Oh my God, they're eating each other's tails. Oh, this is... I gotta take a picture of this card later for you guys. Oh, this is a lovely card. It's so weird. Oh, it's so cool. It's like a yin and yang of snakes with jaguar heads. Oh, I know this guy was on acid when he did this. I don't know, but I don't know, I think maybe he's on weed. All right. Anyway, he was inspired by something higher. Okay. The question is it a good time to invest now during the Mercury retrograde period if we have done our homework? So I'm going to touch the card, and God, you speak through me. Prime Creator, please tell us, the collective whole. If you go slow and you do this with a partner, it's okay to start to carve out and eke out a little bit of change for yourself as far as investments are concerned. Now, the partner can be a business partner or maybe even a friend that is extremely knowledgeable about these things. Don't take a random friend or your best friend that doesn't know anything about finances. Because what you need right now is an expert in your life to help you navigate the uncharted future waters of certain things. He's saying like Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the cryptocurrencies, that's what people are looking to get involved with. What about marijuana stocks, pot stocks? It's a good time to get involved with something like that. Okay, he's saying the ones that are involved with medicine, that are there to help people with cancer, the ones that have a high vibrational energy behind, like the idea and the idea behind the company itself is to help people. The higher vibrational stocks at this time are what you should be investing in. He's really, really getting away from commodities like pork bellies and oil because it has a lower vibration. You should not make money on the slaughter of animals, even though it's your food. They are sentient beings and you cannot make money on these anymore. Same goes with companies who use vivisection. They're hurting animals for their research. Get out of those kinds of stocks. They're going to fall when the third dimension falls away. He says, remember the rocket booster analogy. Stocks that are going to rise, things that are going to rise, are things that come out of new ideas, new innovations and inventions, things that... He's like, for example, what if there was a car that runs on magnets, follows the magnetic ley lines of the earth? For example, that would be something. He says, I'm not saying it's there, or it might be in the future, but it might not be there now. Like electric vehicles would be a good one. There's a cloaking technology that has a company that has done cloaking technology. We can buy in their stocks. It's actually relatively low. If time machines come to pass in the next few years, this cloaking technology will go skyrocketing through the roof. Do you mean like that, God? And he says, yes, like that. I mean, even if the time travel thing isn't real and it doesn't come to pass, then we could still use cloaking technology for a wide variety. Oh, weird. God said, yeah, you could even hide your bicycle in like a little bicycle shed with it cloaking technology, and no one's going to know the shed's even there. It'll have practical uses like that. He's like, yeah, like you'll have a sheet to throw over your car, and no one can see your car. They can't see it. They can't steal it. They won't be in their mind. Until all the negative thoughts like that are washed away from people's minds, which might still take 2 or 3 years even after the complete shift. There'll be bits and pieces of residue, so you still want to protect yourself, he says. So what about the stocks, the bonds, the whatever, I don't know what investment? He says invest in real estate, invest in yourself, invest in your future. Pay for college, pay for classes, certifications. That's the best investment you can make. So you're saying we should do that during Mercury retrograde? He says no. Now's the time for research. Now's the time to research what is the best school for you, what's the best course of action. Now's the time to meditate on various... okay, so he's saying, okay, look. He says write down on a piece of paper 3 equal pieces of paper that look the same. Write down 3 different choices. Find the top 3 choices, write them down, put them in a white envelope, close the envelope, and mix them up or have someone mix them up for you. Then you're going to go before your altar. You're going to put on your incense, maybe your favorite, maybe Stevie Wonder albums. You could continue to send him love and light while he goes through his next journey, getting his kidney transplant. And meditate on each of the packets and write on the outside of the envelope the energy and the feelings, what you're getting for each one. You don't know what they are, but you're writing down what your impressions are. God says to feel the color of each envelope. Even though they're white envelopes, there's an energetic color and vibration. Write it down. Or if you have markers handy, just put that color on the envelope. He says, then take a number, pick a number that you get from each envelope. Write the number on each envelope. Don't think about it. Just use your intuition and gut instinct on this. When you hold it to your chest, does it give you a fearful anxiety palpitation feeling? Write it down. Take the next envelope after 3 breaths to release the energy of the first envelope. Second envelope, do you hold that up to your chest? Does it give you a sense of calm, peace, joy, happiness, excitement? Write it down. Put it down. 3 breaths of cleansing. Take the third envelope. Hold the third envelope to your chest and imagine that that's your future, even though you don't know what is in the envelope. This might be the one that's just absolutely neutral. You have no feelings one way or the other. Could go either way. You don't even know. Could be blank. God says might be the color of clear, like a glass. That's not a color. And it's definitely not a color for you. If it's clear. So if it has like kind of a... He says clarity is a color for you. Clear is not. So if you just feel like, then you write that down. Now you know your answer. And then you can read. He says you can make a big celebration of it. Have your friends come over and say, this is what my future holds. And even I don't know. And then you do the drum roll. And then you open the envelope. And you can have somebody open it up like it is the Academy Awards, he said. God, you're so fun today. He says, thank you. So are you, obviously. All right, thanks. Cambia. So that was the answer for, is it a good time to invest now? So I guess we have our answer for that. Invest in ourselves. Should I put it back in the deck? Okay. Oh, I forgot to write that one down. 2 of Pentacles. Invest. 2 of Pentacles. That was a good answer, actually. All right, putting that back. All right, what will our health be like at this time, God? This is the big one. This is the last question, guys. All right, what I'm asking Prime Creator, what will for the collective whole, not just for me only, for everybody that's going to hear this, and people that won't even hear this for another week, month, or year, even people haven't heard of me yet. They're going to see this and go, "Whoa, this is interesting." So, what will our health be like at this time? Raphael, Archangel Raphael. Maybe it's your turn to pick the card. Archangel Michael just said, "Well, that makes me the heavy, right? I'm just here to protect you." He's all sarcastic. What is up with you guys today? Yes, Archangel Michael. You're always here to protect us, and we love you for it. He's laughing. He's like smiling. Everyone feels like kind of like antsy. Do you guys feel that antsy energy? Like, oh yeah, ooh, the fifth dimension is coming. Everyone's so excited. All right, this is not helping me pick a card, guys. Focus. Okay, Prime Creator, please give us a card so we could wrap up the reading and start our new paths. All right, what will our health be like at this time? I need one card. Archangel Raphael, please. There we go. We got another page, guys. Page of Swords. We had that in our last reading. 72 cards, and we keep getting the same ones. All right. God, is there another card besides this one? Only this one? This is for Mercury retrograde period for all of us. Okay, yes. All right, this is in Spanish, but has the word arse in it. As an Irish person, I appreciate. 5 of Swords. I'm going to look up this word in Spanish really fast because I've never heard it before. Paje, I know, is page. Translator. Aquararse. This is a very weird word. ACLARARSE. Oh, guys. It means clarifying or clear. It was muddled because I didn't know the word, and I had to look up the word, and the word means clear. Oh, this is just hilarious. This whole reading is hilarious. Oh my God. Oh my God. God, you rock. Dude, you rule so hard. You're like the best God ever. He says, of course I am. I'm the only God. It's like, what are you going to compare me to? Guys, remember I told you my best relationship was with God? This is why. We have these witty, bantery moments like constantly. All right, so what will our health be like during this time during Mercury retrograde for the collective whole? I get the page of clear. Page of clarifying. Page of Swords. So God, please tell us what this means. The collective whole at this time shall start to focus on everything in their life that is not made clear, in which their path is not made clear. This could be literally in your house if you need to remove objects between you and the door, or you in the kitchen. It's not my house, but I get that. I mean, I need to sweep, but I mean, that's it. Didn't want you to think he's talking directly to me. He's talking directly to somebody. So he says this is more of an example. He's going to whittle it down more. He said, literally said the word whittle right now. He said whittle. I can't believe he said whittle. It's like, let me whittle it down for you. All right. All right, so he says, all right, the first things first, everything has to be made clear. Not only your literal path in your house, your literal path to your car, or the bus, or the taxi, or however you boat in the canal in Italy, wherever you are, your path must be made clear. Sometimes that means throwing out old clothes, clarifying your closet. Sometimes it means a watermelon face mask and you need to clarify your pores. Watermelon face mask. I haven't thought about that. He just showed me a memory from my childhood I totally forgot about. Avon's watermelon face mask for summer. It was the summer Elvis Presley died. Oh my God, what a weird memory. But it was a one weird bonding moment with my stepmom, who I normally did not get along with. So that's a good one. Thank you, God. He says, and that leads me to the next step. You must be clear about your past. You must get rid of all the negative emotions and all the thoughts you thought about other people and the thoughts you thought about other people's thoughts. And stop muddying up what was with what you thought happened. Now he's telling me various lessons from A Course in Miracles, and he's encouraging you, if you feel the pull and the urge to do it, start A Course in Miracles. If you've already started it, just go to the refresher course or just keep going. This is the time to do it. Clarifying your mind, clarifying your past, clarifying your body, eating better, eating fruits and vegetables. And water, but not too much water. Make sure you have the healthiest water you can. Vitamins will help, but not too many. Minerals are more helpful. The sun is a free vitamin. I said that earlier. The sun is a free vitamin. Vitamin D. 10 minutes a day is all you need. 30 minutes a day will give you 40,000 IUs. 30 minutes in the sun will give you 40,000 IUs of vitamin D. So if you have asthma, that's helpful, but 10 minutes a day is good. If you're a redhead, you absorb light 3 times faster than other people. So keep that in mind. Don't stand, if you're a redhead, 10 minutes in the sun will give you 40,000 IUs, right? He says 10 to 12, depending on where you are. 10 to 12 minutes if you're a redhead in the sun, all right? He says, actually, if you have very dark skin, 45 to 47 minutes in the sun. But he says, wear a sunscreen that's natural, like coconut oil. If you have to clarify your bowels, do a cleanse, do a juice cleanse. If you need to clarify your skin, get a body scrub. If you need to clarify what's going on with your body and you've had questions and you haven't seen a doctor, go see a doctor. Just get it clear. Get it clear. It's a time to get your relationships clear, clear your communication. Make sure you learn how to clearly communicate during Mercury retrograde, a time in which most communications are muddied up. That's your task, should you choose to accept it, says God. Great. Thank you. That's lovely. That was hilarious. Okay. Clear out your closets. Clear your finances up. Pay your bills. He says, yeah, your Mercury retrograde task, Elena, was good. You paid an old bill. You paid a new bill. He says, now you're going to pay a blue bill. What the hell's a blue bill? Oh my God, yeah, my passport's blue. I get it, my visa. Great. Oh man, you're really a lot of fun today. He says, that's because you're a lot of fun today. All right. I love you, God. I love you, angels. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here with us and helping us through this crazy Mercury retrograde time. All right, guys. Well, that's our reading. That was a fun one. Very strange, but lovely. Just totally different energy every time. You guys notice that? If you're an empath and sensitive energy, I know you could feel it. It's just different every time. It's all unique programming every single day. You never know what's going to happen. Like literally, I could be talking about some health-related thing, and boom, here comes an alien in my room and wants to say something. It's just my life. Welcome to my crazy world. I wouldn't change it for anything, though. I'm glad that you're on this journey with me. Thank you for listening to my show. If you're new to the show, welcome. Stick with it. It's different every day. Totally different every day. We cover a lot. You're getting thousands of dollars worth of learning for absolutely free every day. And it's going to be, this is going to be a free podcast forever. So I just want you guys on the journey with me, and I want to meet you. You're my soul family, my soul tribe. Hook up to your 8th chakra and the star chakra grid, and maybe we'll meet up there. Maybe we'll meet astral projecting, and maybe in the future I'll be able to buy a piece of property and make a little spiritual center, and we can all have a big party, a big celebration someday here. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I love each and every one of you. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you're in my life and that you are allowing me into yours. But now I'm signing off with peace and joy and the high vibes of the holy 5th dimension. Till next time, peace. Metaphysical Soul Speak is run on sponsors and listener support. This means listeners like you. If you are so inclined to support my efforts and my little podcast, please visit me at anchor.fm/metaphysical and pledge an amount of your choosing today. Thank you. Chances are you've heard of CBD oil, but maybe you're a little afraid it might make you a little high or super drowsy. Possibly you're not going to pass mandatory drug testing at work. Am I right? Well, I found an amazing company. I'm including the link in this episode's description. Okay. This is derived from only the hemp plant. It does not contain THC, which is the factor in marijuana that makes you high. This CBD oil has been known to reverse aging, help you through weight loss issues. You will literally lose weight on our products if you want. Also reverses hair loss. It also helps you with things like insomnia, anxiety, pain in your muscles and joints, and it gives you benefits throughout your body with its high quality antioxidants. We even have a vape. Would you like to try the blueberry cheesecake? I know I would. I mean, there's so much danger with vaping these days, but not when it is only CBD oil. That's right. You could vape not only anytime you want, because it's not going to make you high, but it's also going to be healthy for you. How's that? Pretty cool, right? Well, go ahead and look in my episode description for my link. And start using your CBD oil today. If you're interested in the business end of it, it's absolutely free to join. It's absolutely free every month, actually. I have never seen a business like this in all my life. So you can start, using your CBD oil, and you can start a brand new side hustle for yourself. Hey, as in, hey, Yoga Shaman approves of this message. I love you guys, and well, here's to your health.